lunch is like non-existent, so keep it real. I probably have like 5 to 3.5 minutes, maybe. Best case scenario. So we will stack up some stuff on the dash. So, sit on the dash with the water. I got a sandwich behind it. I got like, ooh. Okay, set up some mint. Here we are, out of town again. I'm in Sydney, New York this time. It's kind of funny because I'm on a rate job now. Rate job. Hey, rate job. How's that private job you're on right now, huh? How's that private job, bro? Enjoy it. I'm making $77 an hour. I hope you're on that private job right now having a good time, bro. I'm glad you sent me all those pictures of you on that rate job, because guess what? I should send you Snapchats all week of me being on this rate job, but I'm not gonna, because I'm not a piece of shit. But how are you guys today? This is the list. It's short. I have 8 things on here. Deleted clip, live stream, 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups, read 15 pages. I can cross that off. I actually read 20 on the way here. It's an hour and 40-minute drive from Syracuse. So yeah, I got that done. I went to work. I made my bed. Those are lame things on the list. I want to go to the gym, but I know I'm not going to be able to because we are out in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and there is no chance that there's going to be a gym out here anywhere. So I'm probably going to be stuck doing the old hotel gym workout routine, you know, that kind of thing. Man, it's really annoying. There's like hundreds of kids outside right now because they're having a fire drill, and they're just all sitting outside. And of course we're on lunch, so they're all just sitting right there, just looking at us. So I decided to come sit in the truck so I didn't actually swear in front of some children. And yeah, pretty much. Let me update you boys on the taco, because I'm sure you're wondering what's going on with that. I know I have not made any content in a minute on the taco, and it is just nothing but repairs. But let me tell you boys, we're about to do some big things to that truck. So the motor's out. I pulled the motor Saturday. I have to pull the rear end still because my rear end's shot, so it locked right up. I think I just ate the gears inside of it, so I'm gonna see if it's cheaper to just swap a whole rear end in there, or to get, maybe I'll just replace the inside of it, but I probably won't. Keep it real, that's not happening. I already looked. It's like $1,000 for even OEM replacement for the entire guts of the differential in the back. And obviously I want to go to rear lockers. I want 2 patches of tire down the back. Who's up in the scary movie voice? What's up? Did I do it right? Or do you want more like, what's up? Did I do it right? I don't know. I give it a good old try, Kevin. What's up? But yeah, so keep it real with the tacos. The rear end's gonna come out. I think I'm gonna drop in a Ford 9-inch rear end or a Chevy rear end, and it's gonna be solid. So I have to do that. My motor's out. I have yeah, word. Hey, hit me with a sub, bro. Hit me with a sub. Come on, I hit you with the what's up. Now you gotta hit me with a sub. One hand washes the other type shit. You know. So keep it real. I want to add boost to the taco with the 5.3. So here's a few things I have to do right now while the motor is out of the truck. So for starters, I need to do a new steering rack upgrade, because when you go to long travel, we're long traveling the whole taco. I don't know about the front right now, but at the very least, the rear's getting long traveled, and I'm putting a new steering rack in, because you're gonna have to replace your steering rack when you go to long travel and start really jumping it and getting rowdy, which obviously I'm already doing. That's why my whole truck's clapped and looks shot, because I'm just outperforming it for the suspension it has, so it's just really not liking it. And yeah, that was really, in a nutshell, why my truck led to being so clapped, obviously, and the fact that I didn't have a snorkel led to me hydrolocking the motor. But in my defense, I've been riding that fine line for like 2 years straight of just wadding it through water holes with no snorkel, bro. And as long as like the water height itself isn't like where my snorkel is or my intake is, I've been good. But yeah, no, I hit this puddle really fast, and that's why I hydrolocked my motor, because I just absolutely sucked all that water, because I literally was like wide open in second when I hit those 3 water holes, like jumped out of the one and went nose first into the other one, and that's really where all the water came up and in. But anyways, back to the main picture. I have problems. But hey, so keep it real. We are I had to zero that so there's no evidence. But keep it real. We're gonna put a new junkyard motor in because the one I have, I was gonna build the whole thing from the bottom up. I have it in pieces, as you've seen. The problem with that is I'm using Kim's garage. Kim is really great. She's a wonderful woman, but the problem is I'm a piece of shit. And I kind of told Kim when I guess when I was talking to her about doing this little motor swap, you know, she didn't realize that it was going to be like a 2-3 month kind of project thing. She thought I'd be like out of her garage in like 2 to 3 days. So now I kind of feel really bad. And, you know, she saw the parts spread across her garage, like my whole truck, and she's just like, oh, you're going to be here a little longer than expected, huh? But at the same time, I've been trying to be quick about it, right? Like 4 days. It's been 4 days of work on that truck. I have the whole trans out. I have the whole motor out. I have everything out. I just have to pull the rear end. That's it. I'm leaving in everything else for the swap so I can connect it all up and make everything work, because I want to obviously not lose all my features like AC and heated seats. Well, I don't have heated seats, but AC, my AC doesn't even work right now. But the head unit, I want the head unit, okay? You know, like the radio and all that. I want everything to work. I would like to keep my OEM cluster, but worst case Ontario, I'm going to go Terminator X for the ECU, run a straight standalone ECU, and I'm going to put the screen right over top of my dash, leave stock dash there, and just run the running right through. But I know that I can connect the Chevy ECU harness directly into the Tacoma one. Like I can splice it and mate it all together and make it all work. Because a few guys on YouTube have done it, but they've done like 6 2LS swaps in their Tacomas. And they've got it all to work with their OEM harness and everything. So I know that can be done, but I gotta find someone who can do that. Because keep it real, wiring is the one thing I don't have the confidence to just dive into myself. Like this motor pull was light work. I've never pulled a motor before, but like I just pulled the motor and yeah, I don't know. It was the same thing with transmission. Like first time I ever did a clutch job, I didn't have the money to pay a shop to put a new clutch in my WRX after I blew it racing, because I was just a stupid kid. So guess what I did? I pulled the first transmission in my life for the first time ever, and it went good. And then I totaled the car 2 days later, but I still now know how to pull transmission. So I've done that a few different times on a few different vehicles. I've pulled transmissions, so I knew I could do that. So then when the motor swap came around, it was just like, I've never pulled a motor before. I have the cherry picker for it though, so I'm like, all right, I have all the tools I need. I have everything that I will need to do the swap. It's just I've never done it. So obviously it's like, you know, hooking up with a chick for the first time. I mean, you ain't never eat that coochie until you do it the first time, right? You just gotta dive in. So that's kind of the way I looked at it, bro. You just gotta dive in, right? So, you know, I just dove in. I owe a ton of money on my truck still. The motor's out of it now. And here we are. Obviously, I know I've done the easy part. You know what I mean? Like, on the LS swap, obviously the easiest part is pulling the OEM motor. The hard part is making the aftermarket motor fit. But keep it real. I've done a lot of research. I've done a lot of digging. I've done a lot of digging, especially on YouTube. And here is really the conclusion I've come to. So obviously, the motor mounts are probably not lining up. They make plates, adapter plates, you can slide on the motor mounts to, you know, bridge the gap between the LS and your stock motor mounts. But keep it real. A, they look janky. B, I don't trust them strength-wise. C, I don't think they'll even work for my application, because most of these dudes are using these mounts when they're putting them in, like, when they're putting an LS in like a 1968 Cutlass or something like that. So given my Toyota Tacoma, I think things are just going to be off. So my plan is to just chop the motor mounts off right at the frame rails on each side. I'm going to weld on the new ones where they need to go with my motor, fit that up obviously, and that'll take care of that, because get this, my motor only mounts with 2 motor mounts. Who'd have guessed, right? Some are different, some are 2, so I was just kind of surprised it was only 2. I would have thought it was more for a truck, but it's a Camry motor, so like, why would it be more than 2? I'm debating if I'm going to have to put another 1 or 2 on so that I have 4 motor mounts when I have the LS, because obviously I'm going to be beating that thing, and obviously I want it to make some power. Obviously I'm going to build the motor a little bit. So we're going to see how that goes, but as of right now, my plan is to just use the 1 set of motor mounts, and then maybe make an engine brace on the top after the fact type thing, maybe make that bolt on, bolt off type deal. And yeah, I'm gonna do a reinforced new transmission mount because I'll have to redo all that probably, because I'm trying to use the stock transmission, but there's a few problems with that. Problem one with that is stock transmission's probably not gonna hold a lot of power. I'm probably gonna shatter that transmission to pieces a month after I do the LS swap, because I'm gonna be partying and doing burnouts all the time with that truck because I'm gonna have so much fun with it. So as of right now, my game plan is literally just to put an adapter plate between the transmission and the motor. I know a guy who can do it. I think he thinks he can. I think he can do it. He's capable of doing it. He just hasn't done something like this yet before. So Bros doesn't have the confidence in himself yet. But I know he can do it because I've seen the fabrication work he's done, and Bro's nice with it. He lays absolute dimes. So it'll be good. He's a really good fabricator. I think that he'll be able to make my adapter plate for me, and if he doesn't, I'll probably find someone else to. But another problem is that I still am not 100% sure on this, and like I said, we have to make the adapter plate. It's not like I can go buy one or order. I can't order an adapter plate that mates a Tacoma transmission to a LS. So it's all going to be custom stuff, and if we can't do that, we're going to have to put a Chevy transmission in. There's not a lot of them for options on the swap. I think K1500 tiny Chevy truck, those I believe, or NV5600. Those are the two transmissions I believe I can use, because I don't want to lose my four-wheel drive. And I'm going to lose my four-wheel drive if I go with any other transmission option, because there's no T-case on it, obviously, transfer case. Because I could go with a T56 transmission, which would be killer for power and flying through the desert and all that stuff I would want to do, and burnouts and everything. But the one problem it comes down to, dude, is just the fact that there's no T-case on it. So that just knocks the T56 right out of the equation. I mean, not to mention they're like $3,000 for a used one. So like, I was already going to spend a rack or two on that transmission, but it's just not going to work for my application. My Tacoma's, in the end, I think my plan is to make my Tacoma a winter beater, and I really want to get another car because I'm tired of having a truck, not to mention the Tacoma because it's a turd. Who knows, though? Maybe when I do the LS swap, I'll just want to keep it all the time and have so much fun with it, but like, I'm over it. I kind of hate that truck. I've had it 2 years. I really only got it because I had to, because I got myself into a whole lot of trouble with my Mustang. Got arrested for possession of a deadly weapon, speeding, street racing, all that. So kind of had to calm down. I don't really have the self-control to have something with a lot of power. I just get myself into trouble, and I can't afford that right now because I got a mortgage, and I'm trying to get a second mortgage and a third mortgage. So it's just like too many things I'm juggling right now. So I kind of have to like give myself no option but to drive the Tacoma. I almost feel like, because it's just like I said, from what I've told you previously in the past, like, I'm still trying to pay off tickets from the past, unfortunately. But man, these guys keep looking around like our lunch is about to be over. I really hope it's not. We'll see. But yeah, so keep it real. That's currently my plan with the LS. That's where we're at. That's what I think we're gonna do. I've got a nice list here. I'll go over with you boys right quick, I suppose, of what I have on the Tacoma repair. It's not really bad. It's 14 things, but no, that was yesterday. That was my to-do list for yesterday. Keep it real. It's 18 things. Keep it real. 18. Do you see? You see all 18 of them? Let's see. I'll go over what we got in here. So we have still left on the checklist to get done. Pull the rear end. Find a new motor, because I'm going to go to the junkyard. I'm going to find one that's running already with probably like 80,000 miles on it, somewhere around there roughly. And then I'll probably throw a couple $1,000 in the motor, call it a day. Cam, heads, crazy intake manifold, springs maybe, because I do want to add boost. I don't want to tear the whole motor apart because obviously it's on a budget, but I want to do a few things to that motor, and I don't want that motor to be making stock power. I really want at least 400 or 500 out of that motor when it goes into the truck, preferably. At the bare minimum, I'd like that motor to be making 400. And I know I can make 400 with, honestly, a cam, intake manifold, springs, valves, a few little things like that. I definitely think that I can get that motor solidly running 400 or 500, somewhere around there, before boost. And then, obviously, if I set up the internal so that it's ready for boost, then I can throw the turbo on. I think I'm going to go with a 60 mil turbo, maybe 55, but I think 60, because I still want to embarrass kids on the highway, especially those kids who think they got fast cars and whatnot. But straight up, keep it real with you boys. She's got to have some power. It's going to be a sleeper build. I mean, it's already a sleeper build with the LS in it, even if I didn't touch the motor. If I just drop that motor in their stock, people are going to be, like, caught off guard, shocked, caught lacking. My truck weighs like nothing. It's going to shake and bake. I mean, The governor on it right now with the Camry motor was at 120, and it would actually get there on 33s and 35s with the stock Camry motor. So, and I didn't even touch that motor at all. That's what's so sad is like I thought that motor was gonna last forever if I didn't touch it, and the one thing I didn't do was put a snorkel on it, and then I literally cooked the motor before it even hit 100,000 miles. Like, that's so frustrating, dude. Out of all the motors, I've had 40 cars almost at this point, 30 something. It's up there, right? And that was literally the most reliable motor I've ever had. Like, I've had 4 WRXs. Guess what? I cooked 2 of the motors out of the 4. I had a Mustang, a Ford. I mean, I had the 5.0 in it, which isn't that bad of a motor, I guess, but still, I had a Ford, and that motor gave me no problems. The only problem I ever had with that car, aside from the fact that they gave it to me in terrible condition already when I bought it, was the fact that third gear was on its way out the door because I had the classic MT82 glass transmission out of the Fords. So, you know, that manual was ready to leave the chat. Yo, these kids are over here, like, band classing it up still. Like, they've been standing outside for this fire drill for, I swear, like an hour. And bro's over there just absolute rat-a-tat-tat-ing with those drums just... And it's funny because, like, I can even hear his classmates telling him to fuck off every 5 seconds. Even they're like, bro, are you done playing the drums yet? And he's still done. They're just... Yeah. But, anyways, back to the bigger picture. The LS Swap Taco. I feel like I have covered everything with you guys I need to, but I don't know. I mean, I'm long traveling the rear, like I said. I kind of have to because there's a few things going on with the rear suspension. So obviously, in all the videos, you can tell it's clapped, right? But on top of that, the leaf springs are bent upside down now because they're so flat and shot. The rear shocks are Rough Country 3-inch lift shocks that I put in 2 years ago, almost now. They're shot. So the whole rear suspension is clapped. I have to replace all that, right? And not to mention, my rear end's shot. So now my whole rear end's got to come out as well. So, in a nutshell, my game plan is, you know, I have to pull all this stuff out the back already. That's a problem. I have a... Everyone cancel Justin. He tried to groom my 8-year-old daughter. He is a child molester. Yo, you're out of pocket, bro. That was... Bro, I'm going to pin that message because that was probably the funniest one yet. I pinned that at the top, bro. You're funny for that. Keep it real, bro. It's got to be someone I know. Bro, it's so hard to tell these days because, like, 50% of the time it's people I know that are just fucking with me watching my shit. And then the other half of the time it's, like, actually random people. But keep it real, dude. I have the text, bro. You're cooked. Dude, let's see it. Dude. Bro, this guy goes, everyone cancel Justin. He's out here trying to groom my 8-year-old daughter. His name is PNW Dotson. He said, I have the text, bro. You're cooked. And I pinned his comment. That's awesome.
Somebody was saying that about you?
Yeah, on my live stream. I've been live streaming for the old tube. I got no lunch. I'm just eating mint, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a live stream done. On the live stream, yeah, bro. Right now, this guy, he's watching. I'm waiting for the text, bro. I'm waiting for it, but yeah. Yeah, I've been doing a live stream. Hey, is our lunch almost up or what's up? Oh, no. No.
I just clocked back in, but I don't think it's dry enough to do anything yet.
I was going to say, you really think it's dry already, bro? It's kind of, the sun's kind of hiding, keep it real.
It's just starting to come out.
Unbelievable, brother. Keep it real, dude. Some guy at work got in so much trouble for making jokes like that, so it's not cool, bro. You shouldn't do that. What do you say, Anthony? Word. Bro, Dodson, give me a sub. Keep it real. You like playing these games? I like playing these games. Come on, you might as well sub so you can tap in on every one of my live streams from here on out. And then maybe you can convince someone that I'm a child molester. I mean, I think if you come back to enough of my live streams, you might be able to get someone convinced on it. I mean, there was a kid that stole my socks and underwear and weed from me, and he turned around and convinced all my old friends that I beat women. So, real talk, bro, it's not hard to start a rumor about me. It's even easier to get people to believe it. So, do you, bro. You do you. I mean, that's it. It's it in a nutshell. We talked about the LS swap, but you got me sidetracked now. I think I covered everything I had to on that, really. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a nightmare of a project. I want to try and put new tires on my truck, too, while it's on jack stands. and also get the fenders painted and the front grille. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I wish I could see your profile, brother. Oh, come on now. Put user in timeout. Bro, I could put you in a timeout right now. Should I? No, I won't. Because I'm just praying you comment something funny again. Keep it real. I could hide you. Oh, I could make you a moderator. No, that's too much power. Clayton's one of my few moderators. I don't know if we can make... I don't know if we could make you a moderator too. Live chat. Yeah. Okay. Top chat. Some messages, some potential may not be visible. Okay. So I have the chat sound live, bro. So I don't even know why. Yo. You just left the stream after. Word, bro. Keep it real. You did successfully cancel me there, if it makes you feel better. I mean, keep it real. There was like 25 people watching my live stream, and then as soon as we started talking about grooming children, they all left. So you definitely done good there, brother. Oh man, I'm about to go blow this Portageon up. Keep it real. Oh no, I'm thinking about it. I got a few more minutes here, so I suppose we'll let this live stream run. We'll let it run. I gotta try and work on my monetization hours, but the problem is that I got a terrible mouth on me, and that is 99% of the reason I have no monetization hours is because I just can't simply take a dang clip on YouTube without swearing. Like, I never would have thought it would be that hard, but that is literally my biggest problem on this channel, is simply being clean on YouTube for my videos. But it's because I'm always around old dudes who hate their life and they're miserable. They swear worse than I do, man. You should see the guys on a construction site. It's awful. Like, last 5 years, it's all I've been dealing with. So, like, what do you want from me, dude? Unfortunately, I've just developed way too much of a mouth for really telling people off. So, you know, here I am with this problem now. Everywhere I go, they're just like, man, you swear a lot. It's like, man, you should see where I was before this. You'd understand. Like, I swear you would. If you fought with as many grown men as I've had to, dude, I swear you'd be swearing too. Hey, because I've learned something. Grown men at work act the exact same as children at high school. It's the same thing. Like, when you grow up and you graduate and everyone thinks it's going to be like the real world so different, guess what? It's the same thing as high school. The people who suck off the teacher still get rewarded. It's the same thing, but substitute your teacher out for like your boss. It's the same system, same concept. Everything's the same. People play favorites. People's feelings get hurt about dumb stuff. Everyone knows more than everyone. Everyone's smarter than everyone. Age means you know less than everyone who's older than you. Just the same exact thing they teach you in high school, carried out throughout life. It's what it is. I'll tell you one thing. You know what they should have taught you in high school? How to do your taxes. Like, that would have been nice. I don't know. How to apply for an FHA loan? You could have told me that. Y'all could have told me how to go buy a house. Like, no. I had to look that up on YouTube. Why? I shouldn't have had to look up how to buy a duplex on YouTube. I should have already known from school. Like, what was the point of going? For the piece of paper? I should have just gotten my GED and dropped out. Like, straight up. It's such a waste. Like, you know, you'd think they would be really trying to teach you how to make money and useful things that, you know, you're going to need to know in life to, like, actually survive. But no, they teach you the square root of pi. Y equals mx plus b. I haven't used that once, for the record. It's been almost 5 years since I graduated, and guess what? I haven't used any of those math equations once, Mr. Rivers. I hate to break it to you, brother, but when I was screwing off in geometry all those days, this is why. Because I knew it'd be useless. Keep it real, geometry is one of the only classes I actually should have paid attention in. Because I do use geometry a little bit here and there now, these days, but like, all that other crap, waste. Poetry, writing that shit, waste of time. Tell you one thing though, I wish I would have paid more attention in history, and I definitely wish I would have done more reading in high school, because like, I was suspended for so much of my high school career, and I could have spent all that time reading or like actually learning some stuff if I had known that reading didn't just suck, it was the books that school was giving me that sucked. That was really the problem, and school just really made me think that wasn't the case. Bro, keep it real. Math is very important. Like, real talk, I wish, brother, that I would have paid more attention in math. Like, all of that is very crucial. Like, you know, looking back now, I know the things you need to pay attention in are like business class or whatever. And oh my god, I'm ending the stream. My phone's on 20% battery, bro, and it's 2 o'clock, and I guarantee you I'm gonna work till 7.